All right. In the tailgate, really early, 8 a.m., our friend Jim jumped in and he had it. He said, underrated QB battle, Caden Salter and Juju Lewis in Boulder. He's absolutely right. Coach Prime, as Colorado is even considering whether they can play a spring game against another team. We'll see if that comes to fruition before maybe we expand on that. Maybe we'll do a live reaction to the Colorado-Syracuse spring game. Who knows?
I'm here for it.
TBD. I am too. I think it's a pretty cool suggestion here. So what do we think?
That day.
What?
Y'all enjoy it.
Here we go. So what do we think ends up happening here as Colorado goes into the post-Shedeur Sanders era with two gifted players? Caden Salter did not play as well last season. You know, like he just a lot of things didn't go well for Liberty as a team. But Caden Salter individually, big step back from where he performed when Liberty was winning the conference and making the Fiesta Bowl is in the New Year's Six. JUJU Lewis, obviously highly touted prospect coming out of high school, still a blue chip even as he arrives. What do we think happens there?
So assuming Salter is like happier, and I think that was part of it last year, right? He wanted to transfer to Auburn. I don't think he actually had the academics done when Auburn needed him to have them done. And so it meant that he could not transfer to Auburn. And obviously, like, if your employer all of a sudden realizes, wait, you actually don't have any leverage to go anywhere, we don't really have to compete, like NIL-wise, they're not going to break the bank for you if they know you're unhappy anyway and you can't leave. So I think that was kind of part of what was going on last year. So I'm not out on Caden Salter as far as that. But, like, assuming he's, like, focused and, you know, in like his head is in it, then I think he has a pretty good chance. But I will say JUJU is very much like a high floor quarterback. I would be surprised if he sucks in college. I think the ceiling is an open question because of the size and maybe some of the physical limitations that he has. But I mean, JUJU is a guy who I think comes to compete right away for Colorado. So this is a battle that I think you have to watch.
What's interesting to me is how often will they run the ball? Will they go from running it 5% of the time to actually having balance on offense? And if so, why?
Well, maybe because you lose all those receivers too.
I don't know. Maybe. You don't have
not all of them, but Horn's gone, LeJonte's gone, Hunter's gone, Miller's back. Who are we missing here?
They're all gone for the most part. But I do think Salter probably has an edge in that if he's transferring in, I don't think anybody's guaranteed anything, but I think that there's kind of a expectation. Like if you're bringing in a transfer, that means that you kind of aren't completely in love with your options in-house, I think is safe to say. So I do think Salter's got a decent chance of winning the job. I do think his experience will help him in this. And kind of like what Bud mentioned, I also, not just whether he's mentally checked out, but I also think maybe this offense will be better suited to him because, I mean, he came up at Liberty under Hugh Freeze. Jimmy Chadwell comes in. I don't know if they were really running. It wasn't totally dissimilar, but it wasn't really suited to a lot of his strengths. I think they had him running a whole hell of a lot more than he wanted to be running, especially maybe as Bud alluded to for the paycheck he was receiving. So maybe if he's in this offense and they're allowing him to throw it a bit more, he'll be happier and a little more effective.
Man, I think this is going to be really interesting because Pat Shurmur was brought in to run an NFL-style system, right? We saw Shedeur a lot of pocket passing, right? Did not run much. Now he's got a weapon in Caden Salter, who we don't know how good he is just passing from the pocket. What's Lewis like? What's his skill set like? But is he dual threat? Is he more runner, more passer, or just?
He's more of a passer, Danny. Like he can run around a little bit, but it's like quick release, ball out, like efficient guy.
So then that feels to me like he's a better fit for what Shurmur does and has done throughout his career for what they want to do. But you're asking a freshman to get up to speed. He has been there. I mean, practiced with them at the bowls, in there for spring. So I would say it's probably his job just from the fit.
It's hard to be a pocket passer when you're 6 feet tall, though.
So, yeah. Will Shepard's gone too.
Yep.
So
they're all
Draylon Miller and Omarion Miller, and then they got Adrian Wilson and Farrakhan, and then I mean that is I'm not going to say the quarterback drop off is not as big as the receiver drop off, but they are comparable.
I would think the wide receiver drop off might be more.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's like
those are NFL wide receivers. Those are experienced NFL wide receivers that all played a lot of ball. So it definitely something to look at when you're thinking about the future of Colorado's offense.